Yeah,
they're not going to do any of that
laborers.
shit. They're going to do the exact same shit that they've been doing for 2,000 years, which is nursing, teaching, and serving your
They can
beverages.
go to medical school. They
go to medical
any of
school
the
to be nurses
Why don't they go to
Fertility
business
rates
school?
are going down in men.
Why don't they go to business school
because
instead
they're
of
not
doing
interested
nursing?
in having business.
There are higher rates of
but they do.
graduation.
But why are they more interested in? Okay, I'm asking
really,
you.
they're really not that interested.
Why are they
in
more
it.
interested in nursing and teaching than in business and STEM?
Because there's an application of what can be done.
I think they also have a
Can
higher
be
propensity
done.
for nurturing
Yeah.
and caretaking.
No, I think it's a limitation on what is possible. What is possible for most women? I don't think
But
most
women
women.
are- it is
hang on, I'll
possible for
answer to
women to
this.
go into medical
I
school.
don't think most women can do roofing. Do you agree or
No,
disagree?
I don't think so.
Okay, hang on.
But that's a
hang
specific
on.
example.
I don't think most women can be indoor electricians. I don't think most women can do that. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I don't think most women can be plumbers.
But those are all labor jobs.
Yeah? So is nursing. Nursing's a labor job.
No.
But this is also
women
the
can
reason
go
for the
into
gender pay
STEM.
gap.
What's
And
that?
there are higher rates of graduation rates for women right now than
That's
there are for
always
men.
been the case, even since literally the dawn of the nation. It's always been the case that women had higher graduation rates. Always been the case that they have higher graduation rates. That's never not been the case.
But what I'm saying is-
because physical labor is available to men. That's
But what
why.
I'm saying is they can go into careers that will be more lucrative.
They can, but they don't. They don't
because
want
they
to.
have a higher propensity for jobs that include
Yeah,
nurturing
maybe
and
they want to
caretaking.
go into that because that's where they're wired to, but that still wouldn't
Okay,
demonstrate.
so that's where they're
hang on,
wired to.
But they still wouldn't demonstrate that they're more so X. So let us pretend for a second, let us assume for a second that we knew immediately that both of us were wired for the same exact amount of empathy. We knew this, right? But you were limited in what the scope was of jobs that you could or couldn't have, and I wasn't. So out of all the ones that you had, you went, oh, well, you know what? I'm pretty high up in empathy, so I think I'll be a nurse because I would really like to do that. I may also have really liked to do that, but I had all of these other jobs available to me to go do those instead, so I went and picked one of those that I liked even more than nursing. So the thing is like, even if that's true, in this comparison, it would not demonstrate at all that women are more nurturing because they choose the nursing. It
I
wouldn't
see
demonstrate
what you're saying.
that.
So you think that women have high nurturing compared to like intelligence, like their relative intelligence? Okay.
From their
Okay,
relative
that's
position.
fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I think so, but I don't think that their capacity for it supersedes that of men. I've
Okay.
never thought this.
I will agree to disagree.
I've never
then.
thought. By the way,
I disagree.
but based on what? Show me, logically demonstrate for me how it's true.
Because there isn't really like a study that can be done, because the studies that you're showing me aren't necessarily like demonstrating nurturing. Like that can be demonstrating, like you said, like
How do you demonstrate it?
I mean, it's like, it would be hard to demonstrate it through research. I think it's like, look at like animals, for example,
Well,
like
it's
how
also-
they treat their young, like how they treat their offspring. Like usually
Yeah.
it's the mom taking care of the baby.
But in animals, I would argue that's a mechanism. These are mechanisms, not
I think-
intuitive, rational decisions.
Are we not
I think
animals?
it's instinct as well for when a
Yeah, I think it's the
woman
same
gives
for
birth
humans.
to take care of her child.
Stop. Hey, hold on. You've been talking a bunch. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think it's instinct as well when a woman gives birth to be nurturing and caretaking of her child.
I agree that women have mechanisms for nurturing, but women also have higher faculties for reason. They can offset feelings and emotion also with reason. They have higher intelligence than animals do.
Yeah.
So just saying that, well, okay, their biology kicks in. There's also a downside with this that men don't have, for instance, like postpartum depression, where moms terminate their children, terminate themselves. All sorts of chemicals get released, which cause significant damage towards the kid. It's like, I'm still not even willing to concede that even the day baby born, all that chemicals are released into mommy, that this means that they're going to be a more nurturing parent than the father. I'm just unwilling to concede this unless it's demonstrated to me logically or otherwise. There's
I
just
think
no
also,
way.
Like
I'm
the
not going to do it.
metric by which you're, deciding that a baby's needs are met or a child's needs are met, like just like the basic necessities. I think there's also emotional support as well that is oftentimes provided more by the mother than the father.
Yeah, I dispute that. So I think that women really put an overemphasis on femininity when it comes to child rearing, and they really shouldn't. In fact, I think that they indulge children far too much. I think that they spoil them far too much. I think that they give in to their emotional demands far too much. And I would say that's counterintuitive, in fact, to caretaking and, to nurturing. I think that's counterintuitive to it.
Well,
that's why you see single moms with these big fat kids, for instance. It's because they overindulge, let them
It's
have the
'cause they're
sweets.
okay, but also that's why a lot of us are single moms, because the mother overindulged her son and like enabled his bullshit, and then now he doesn't know how to like
Correct.
properly
So
function
the
with
thing is
empathy
like
and responsibility.
I consider these things. No, I don't think that that's because you do these kind of overindulgences that's actually nurturing. When I think of nurturing, I think of this, right? When you leave, you're equipped to deal with the world. You're equipped to deal with the world. That's nurturing. Anything else you tell me external to that, right, is going to be counterintuitive, because if it's not preparing them to do well in the world, then what?
Well,
then how is it nurturing?
Here's where
Emotional
I'll agree with you.
intelligence is a thing too.
Here's where I'll agree with you with a caveat. I think the thing that women are better than men at doing is manipulation. And that's why you see so many female executives at the top. That's why you see the CIA hiring. You see the CIA hiring more women. There's honeypots. Women can manipulate, and they can actually make. They can actually.
Stop. Let her finish.
They can
Go
actually
ahead.
make men think that something's their idea when it's really the woman's idea. That's why you see divorces happen when there's someone that comes in to try to like basically Jezebel spirit him to try to make him, come to her. So I agree with you that maybe women aren't as nurturing, but if you want to talk about preparing kids to be out in the world, some successful single mothers do a good job because they teach their kids how to be analytical, how to predict things before they happen, and how to prepare yourself for adversity.
That is the biggest load of horse shit that I've ever heard. Let me dispute all of this one at a time. First of all, no, they're not better at manipulation. Part of manipulation is strategy. The best strategists in the world are men. They're men. And you can't be a great strategist unless you understand the machinations of the enemy. You can't understand the machinations of the enemy if you can't understand manipulation. So no, they're still.
Brian's over here like, oh no, women are better.
So I'm still going to give
Yeah, I
even.
kind of disagree.
I'm still even going to give manipulation to men. I think that men are the better spies. I think that men are even better at manipulation. When you're talking seduction, right? I still don't even think that they have the market on seduction. I think that men will just fuck them, but they would fuck them anyway. I think if you told them you were a spy, they'd still do it, right? Because they just want to.
You know what? I'll tell you, your wife's probably a genius.
Right? So the thing is, but backing it up from there, if you're talking about kind of out in the world, I would love to know how you think single moms better prepare their children.
I didn't
for the
say
world
that
than
they.
dads.
I didn't say that they are the only ones that do. I said the successful single moms who have to be in that situation that aren't necessarily nurturing in the feminine way that you're talking about, where they might coddle. They might give them tough love and say, "Listen, this is the way the world is, and this is how I'm going to prepare you."
Then they'd be taking on more
Both
masculine roles,
Because-
right? And you still wouldn't have demonstrated they're more nurturing, only that they're more masculine.
Well,
In regards to how you describe nurturing, where they're more equipped to deal with the world, because I can tell you, because I have to do both roles, I'm far less coddling and I'm more kind of like strict, and this is what you need to have the skills to have people like you, which is important to socially integrate and things of that nature, which Peterson talks about. But you're definitely right. Because we have to play both roles, how you describe nurturing, we can be more prone to being that type of nurturing, as opposed to I'm at home, I don't have to worry about anything, I can just be in a good mood and
I'll
not really
just
coddle
grant
you.
that it's so, that you can do this. This still would not demonstrate that women are better or more equipped for it than men. So again, my initial argument would still stand that there's a whole slew of shit that I can point out that men are way better at than women, but I don't think women can point out a damn
If women
thing.
are not
But that
better,
was
then why are
anyway, that-
fertility rates going down in men? And by 2070, I think the world's
going down in women,
population-
too.
Microplastics.
No, not as much as men.
Oh no, just as much. In fact, let's take a look.
Hail and well met. Lol
Oh, hey,
Paladins
Lol Paladins.
donated $200
Thank
and
you, man.
2 cents. Disagree with Andrew about men being better at everything. Women are better narcissists than men. Women are better emotional manipulators than men. Women are better liars than men. Women are better.
Well, listen, I'm just going to point this out, Lowell Paladins, very quickly, and you're going to send another super chat agreeing with me. With training, men would even be better at all of those things. So, anyway, back to this.
Thank you, Law Paladins.
Right, back to this and these ideas. You were saying? Sorry.
Just saying how fertility rates in men are going down
Yeah, they're going down in women
Yeah.
too. You know why? Because women are getting
Yeah.
married at 31, 32.
due to like the food,
Nope.
chemicals.
No, it's just because you're getting married at 31, 32. And
Okay, we
you're,
can't say it's just because of that. Come on, microplastics are definitely proven to
Sure, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Sure, everything's a fucking correlate. The oxygen in the plant, the oxygen in the air, that's a correlate somehow, I'm sure. But you have strong correlates, you have weak correlates. So let me just give you the strongest correlate. At 32 years old, you've left behind most of your childbearing years. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, 35. Yeah.
No, well, 32.
32.
Yeah, your most fertile years, what, 18, 19 through about
Yeah.
20, 27, 28? They're all gone. Behind you, right? So they have 1, 2 kids. That's about it. So that's, I mean, to say that female fertility is not drastically decreasing is absurd. It's not because it needs to. It
Well, a
just
lot of
is.
women don't want to have kids,
Yeah.
like nowadays too.
Yeah, so that would be a great reduction in fertility, right?
Yeah, but I mean, more men are becoming actually infertile, even if they want to have kids.
Sure. Well, first of all,
Compared to
there's
women.
not that many men who are infertile. That's one. But two, even if that were the case,
Why are you
right?
saying it like that?
Even-
Infertile.
Infertile. Even if that were the case, infertile. Even if that were the case, that that women were just choosing it, that's still infertility. It's just by choice. It's just by choice. So it's like, who cares if you're fertile if you're not breeding? It makes no sense. Who cares?
Okay, hot take here, but I think men are more nurturing in relationships too. I do think so. We have so much freedom to be as bitchy as we want to our partners, but
Well,
like
some of you.
And well, for some reason, Andrew.
Some of you do.
For some reason, I think you probably grant your wife a decent amount of rope to be kind of bitchy to you. Something just
You-
tells me
You would think incorrectly.
maybe. But okay, but from like literally not only just my experiences but observing relationships with other people, like we do have more leeway to be kind of shitty. Like we can do the stonewalling, we can do the we can blow up and like, we have more excuses as to, and like we have periods, whatever. It's more socially acceptable for us to be abusive in various ways to men than it is for them to be to us. And I can tell you, I've left all my relationships. Like, this is something that I've reflected on and noticed in myself, that I tend to be more flighty and like the men tend to be more steadfast. So I actually do agree that men,
Are more nurturing.
yeah, in a lot of ways.
I got a question.
Not just
on
to
this.
agree with you, because I will argue with you, but
Wait,
We can't argue with the truth.
yeah.
Wait, just going around the table. This is kind of somewhat related, but kind of random. Are you pro-choice or pro-life?
I'm pro-choice.
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 Pro-life.
Pro-life.
Pro-life. Life.
So wait, pro-choice, 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 life. Wait, you three? Weren't you guys the most strongly arguing that women are better nurturers?
Yes.
No. I agreed that they're.
She wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's a whole
You
different argument to me. Like, I don't think that.
But you don't think it's murder, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
how can you debate that? Okay, so like just to play devil's advocate here, we can't say that that's not a good example because we don't know what men would do in that scenario because we don't have stats on it because it's not possible.
Yeah, well, actually, we do. Yeah, well, I mean, we
In what way?
can at least infer.
Okay.
Right? So here's how we can infer. Because men vote against it and women vote for it.
But men are often pushing for it. So like what they vote for may not be the same as what they're doing in their real lives.
No, some men push for it.
I mean,
Some men push for these things. I concede that that is true. But collectively, they vote against it. So if collectively they're voting against it, we should be able to kind of infer from that they likely would not be doing it.
but once again, they don't know what it's like to be pregnant. So the fact that they vote against it doesn't say much.
Glocktavius donated $200. Chat, would you rather get a massage from a gay man or surgery from a female doctor? Serious surgery. So basically, would you rather get a massage or die?
Andrew, do you want to answer this one?
I'm getting the surgery.
Are you okay? Are you doing okay?
Rather
Are
get
you
a
okay?
massage or
Yeah.
die. Oh my God.
Are you sure? Because usually
50-50.
people who ask if you're okay aren't okay.
I
Okay.
think that's true, actually.
I love the reference.
No,
you're
that's true
making.
because a lot of wait.
Did you see the Kamala tweet about asking
I
if Trump
did.
was okay?
I
Okay.
did.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that reference.
Wait, what did she
Take that, pro-abortion lunatic.
He just made a reference to a tweet that Kamala Harris made earlier, talking about Trump. She was being snarky, or her HQ is being snarky, saying, "Are you okay? Or is he okay?"
Oh man.
Meanwhile, he's the only one who's
That is
talking
true,
about
though.
economic
like,
forums.
like most psychiatrists and stuff are like deeply screwed up.
Yes. Yes, they are.
So they want to help other people because they get it. Fair.
And they don't because they're crazy. But anyway, yeah. So back to this. You were asking about pro-choice. I don't know where you're going with that. So.
Well, it's like when this whole thing of women are more nurturing, but it's like,
Well, it's hard to debate.
if abortion is murder, y'all be killing your babies.
Well, yeah, but we
So-
don't think it's murder. That's the whole point.
And if men had to get pregnant, maybe they would vote a little bit differently.
Well, yeah. I mean, the reality is that men can't get pregnant.
Exactly.
Women,
So it's not a good argument.
Well, it is a good argument. It's a good argument.
That's on it because it's not possible.
Yeah. Well, actually, we do. Yeah. Well, I mean, we
In what way?
can at least infer.
Okay.
Right? So here's how we can infer, because men vote against it and women vote for it.
But men are often pushing for it. So like what they vote for may not be the same as what they're doing in their real lives.
No, some men push for it.
I mean,
Some men push for these things. I concede that that is true, but collectively they vote against it. So if collectively they're voting against it, we should be able to kind of infer from that they likely would not be doing it.
but once again, they don't know what it's like to be pregnant. So the fact that they vote against it doesn't say much.
Glocktavius donated $200. Chat, would you rather get a massage from a gay man or surgery from a female doctor? Serious surgery. So basically, would you rather get a massage or die?
Andrew, do you want to answer this one?
I'm getting the surgery.
Are you okay? Are you doing okay?
Rather
Are you
get a
okay?
massage or
Yeah.
die. Oh my God.
Are you sure? Because usually
50-50.
people who ask if you're okay aren't okay.
I
Okay.
think that's true,
Yeah.
actually.
I love the reference.
No,
you're
that's
making.
true because a lot of wait.
Did you see the
what?
Kamala tweet about asking
I
if Trump
did.
was okay?
I
Okay.
did.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that reference.
Wait, what did she
Take that, pro-abortion lunatic.
He just made a reference to a tweet that Kamala Harris made earlier, talking about Trump. She was being snarky, or her HQ is being snarky, saying, "Are you okay? Or is he okay?"
Oh man.
Meanwhile, he's the only one who's
That is
talking
true,
about
though.
economic
like
forums.
like most psychiatrists and stuff are like deeply screwed up.
Yes. Yes, they
So
are.
they want to help other people because they get it. Fair.
And they don't because they're crazy. But anyway, yeah. So back to this. You were asking about pro-choice. I don't know where you're going with that. So.
Well, it's like when this whole thing of women are more nurturing, but it's like,
Well, it's hard to debate.
if abortion is murder, y'all be killing your babies.
Well, yeah, but we
So-
don't think it's murder. That's the whole point.
And if men had to get pregnant, maybe they would vote a little bit differently.
Well, yeah. I mean, the reality is that men can't get pregnant.
Exactly.
Women,
So it's not a good argument.
Well, it is a good argument. It's a good argument. I'm curious though. Actually, I don't really want to have an abortion convo, but perhaps later on in the show. Where did this all stem from? I feel like you did your disagreement about.
She asked him if he could say what he likes about women, and he was
Yeah.
like, "There's one thing that they can do better than us," and
And
then
I
it just
still never got the
snowballed.
actual argument at all for how that wasn't true. Just pointing that out.
Well, I think also our society today oppresses women's natural tendencies towards nurturing and caretaking. I do think it's something that's not celebrated as much. And it's women are, encouraged to be.
Is there anything else we can celebrate women for?
No, but I think that women
you
are
jealous?
encouraged to be more, like girl
It's
bosses
so
and
fucking
CEOs.
insufferable. It's just so Can we celebrate more bullshit?
No, I don't mean celebrate, but I mean it's not encouraged. in
I
the
agree.
same way that
Okay,
it was in the
yeah, I
past.
agree with that. I agree that that women are being pushed into all
I mean, I
sorts
grew up
of
in
things
Los
that-
Angeles, and I grew up, I'm 30 now, but around the time that I was in high school and college, all of my teachers were kind of trying to, discourage, young motherhood and talking about, higher education and going into fields that were like girl boss and and it's just not something that, you know, women we're not being taught, you know, how to be mothers and how to be caretakers as much as we were in the past. That was something that was taught often in the 1950s and 40s, and
It's true.
so
It's definitely hard to be more nurturing in today's society.
We'll do a couple chats, then we'll get back to the
$200.